think we can start. Making sure my stream is working. Test. Yeah, looks good. Alright. That will go away. So basically, I've been fixing up some old versions of MegaRandom because, well, I'm making a video and I thought it would be cool to have some old versions of MegaRandom around. So if you're interested in seeing the different versions, this stream / probably VOD in the future will have them on it. I already started and then I was like, hey, this could be a cool thing to stream. So I'm just going to go back and generate the first ones like once so you can see it. There were a bunch of them that were buggy, and most of it comes down to a very specific bug where it used to be that if you didn't specify what terrain you wanted to create another terrain on, you didn't specify base terrain, it would assume it's grass. DE doesn't make that assumption, but like an older maps such as MegaRandom did make that assumption at the time, and that means there are a whole bunch of the maps where it was just not generating forests at all because they were assuming, oh, we can just place it on the default terrain, which will be grass. I've caught most of the cases, but a few managed to slip through. So now we're going to go through each map and take a tiny peek just to see if we can find any more that are causing issues. Oh, we'll see. Continue. I'm not specifically going to do any commentary other than generate these MegaRandom versions, looking out for ones that seem horribly broken. The other thing I might want to fix is elevation, maybe. I'll look into that afterwards. So far, I think I caught like 90% of the cases by just searching for create terrain forest, create terrain pine forest, create terrain bamboo. But some things snuck through, and I thought I'd use the opportunity to just check out all the MegaRandom maps. This is MegaRandom Beta, which you can find on Age of Kings Heaven or AoE Zone. But you can't use the one straight out of the box anymore because of this issue with the base terrain on forests. You'll just be missing forests all the time. Well, I think I fixed most of it, so we'll just chill and go through all of these. Then I probably will have to do the same fixes on the WCL7 version. I'm hoping that the HD version doesn't require any fixing, because at that point I will have already spent a fair amount of time on this. So the beta version has 117, I think. It's 100 and something. I wrote this down actually. I'm going to cover it all, 114. I'm going to make a video on this. I was going to actually do the video right now, but then I realized that the map was actually too broken to really use in DE yet, so I decided to fix it first before making the video. So far, so good, though, I think. I know there's one in pack either C or D. But still, it was basically the first one I generated. Despite everything that I fixed. It wasn't fixed yet, so we'll check that out once we get there. I mean, already I'm seeing more variety than we have in DE MegaRandom, that's for sure. I suppose this VOD, I'll definitely save this VOD if people want to go look at it. Provide some sort of value to all of this. Great, like. Okay, Arabia. Let's see what Arabia looks like from 2011. Very flat. It's basically just completely flat. Okay, of course it's zero Arabia style, but it's MegaRandom, so big gold, big stone. Lots of big gold this time around. Okay, we are on Mega Pack B now. Rivers go. Hello, hello. I explained earlier what I was doing. I will do it again, although I did say it as well in Discord. Basically, I'm fixing up the original versions of MegaRandom so that they're playable in DE. There was an issue where it was a lot of the generations weren't generating forest because of a change of how default terrains are handled. However, I've mostly fixed that. Now it's just sort of, we're going to see all the possible layouts very quickly as I go through them. And if anything still looks broken, it'll get fixed. I wonder actually Homeland might be one. Let's go back to that. Like, I wonder if there's supposed to be any extra forest here. Maybe I go check. I think I will check. Land go jungle creates. Fine. Ah, yes, there is actually an issue here. So this is the issue: is that the base terrain used to, if you didn't type it, it would. The default would be grass, but in DE it doesn't default to grass. So let's... Now this map should have more forests. Okay, now I have to look for more cases of that. I'll check for jungle all around. Okay, jungle, base terrain grass, jungle, base terrain grass, jungle, base terrain grass, jungle, base terrain water. This is the one here that snuck through, where it was missing the base terrain, and I just fixed that. This one has grass. Those two. It's grass, grass, dirt. All that's fine, it just needs some sort of base terrain listed instead of having no base terrain. Yeah, here's another one, this one's broken. It would have worked pre-DE, but DE requires that you actually specify a base terrain. Desert. Oh. It's just a lot to go through. We definitely have to check for jungle as well. Keep that in mind. Okay. How many of these? We have 33 matches, I think. Maybe I'm through all of them. Am I gonna fix other stuff like this? It probably makes no difference. Because the default number of tiles, I don't know, it's not huge. I don't want to change, I don't want to go too deep into fixing stuff. Really just want to make it work the way it would have worked back then. So I think I won't touch stuff like that necessarily. I think we're good on this, so let's get back to what we're doing up here. Homeland go, so... Where were we? Megapack B, right? Accessible Oasis. Continue. There's some interesting concepts here, actually. Zero. Okay. I'm not really taking too detailed of a look at the layouts, just sort of... I'm personally just glancing at them to make sure that the map doesn't look horribly broken. Saying, good enough. I also like here that they actually have names for the maps. Later versions of MegaRandom then have them named per people names, which doesn't tell you anything about the map. Or just have some sort of generic name, but here you can at least have some idea of what map it is. What it's like, Extreme Challenge Tournament Tsunami, probably. Of course, many of these are not nearly balanced by modern standards, which is perhaps why they were axed. Unless it was some other reason, but don't know. By the way, if you have any questions, feel free to distract me. I will probably go off on a tangent to answer that, rather than continuing what I'm doing. Archipelago, go. I'm not checking for variant generations on these. I'm not sure. Some of them surely have it, but kind of more focused on just making sure that the maps are generating forests. Alright. Well, I'll just enjoy the music. The map layouts. New world, go. Sort of like throwing out Pokemon. It is bamboo. River Pirates, go. Okay. Ghost Lake, go. Well, this one's not going to work because it's impact C, so... It's just Ghost Lake. Continental, go. Those look like Continentals. Nope, don't do that. Yeah, that's ES Canal. I guess these are the ES map, ES straight up. They're probably just one-to-one that copied ES maps, so more or less. They certainly look like it. The ES maps also, most of them were not updated for DEE. I don't know if all of them were not updated. I think some of them might have been, but maybe not even that. Most of the ES maps were not really updated. Alright. Oh yeah, ES Shipwreck, that is. ES Team Glaciers. I'm doing 1v1 here, so I guess don't see the team stuff. Right. Kind of links, go. That one we should recognize. Central Asia. No, Central Sea. That is a Central Sea. Metropolis, go. So more than it is today, MegaRandom at the time was really just a collection of a bunch of maps that were deemed somewhat competitive. Or just, I guess just more than that, at least for the beta version, it was probably just a collection of maps that had different layouts. Which is why all the official maps at the time, as well as all the ES maps, are in there. The bamboo thing might have fixed the issue that I was having. Axie, we'll see. So far it's been pretty good, but I guess I fixed most of the forests before starting the stream already. We'll have to do it all again for the next version of MegaRandom. I assume it will still be an issue. Mongolia Summer. a lot of maps similar to maps that we know, or where you see, I guess, the origins of some maps that have modern versions now. There we go. There's Hamburger. When you think about it, it's actually pretty nice that devs made it so that maps, random map script scenarios, AIs, that DE does have backwards compatibility for these. It's not perfect in the case of map scripts. But at least we have it at all. You can just copy them over and they generally work. That's an interesting one. Okay. Interesting. Honestly, it's not that similar to the MegaRandom we have now. Like, sure, you recognize some of the layouts, but more just because those are sort of relatively standard-ish types of layouts. Not because these maps are still in MegaRandom now. MFO double highland, go. Oh, these are a bunch of MFO double maps. MFO is Mr. Fix-It Online, which is before my time, but was a website that had Age of Empires content. Well, there straight up is more variety. It's about twice as many. Actually, I'm gonna do a video on this topic, but basically, yes, it has more than twice as many maps than DE has. DE has 45 currently. This is 114 maps. So just in that regard, there's more variety. Also, things are a bit crazier in terms of what was allowed, I suppose. But yeah, the general trend is that current MegaRandom. Yeah, basically, so I've heard that said a lot, so I'm actually, the whole reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to be making a video on this and go on it. It's because MegaRandom has fewer possible maps, is the bottom line, actually, these days, compared to what was available back then. This need more forests? It's probably okay. Actually, only grassy maps should have that bug. This one is double probability because it contains extra options. Alright, we'll generate this one twice because apparently it contains extra options. Okay, yeah, it's to say it's this type of thing we do see in the MegaRandom these days, where it can be either quicksand, ice, or shallows. Yeah. Ooh. Microphone, go. All right. Okay. Sealed islands. Then I want this one. Like that is still in MegaRandom these days. Four lakes, 4 middle lakes. I think I've seen something like that too. And sand maze, go. I like the go at the end of the names. Sand maze. Yeah, I guess. So that was MegaRandom Beta, going through all of them. I'm now going to move this thing, commenting it all out. Let's just... Okay, so I think it's basically fixed. Oh, we could. I guess I could take a brief look at elevation generation while we're up. Elevation generation. I think I did this before, and I said, it's probably not necessary. But elevation generation. Don't worry about matching case. How many of these do we have? 25 matches. Okay. I guess we will do a bit of fixing up. It's not too much work. So let me check my documentation on this subject. Elevation scaling. There was legacy bug where set scale by skies and set scale by groups for elevation had their behavior inverted. This bug is fixed in DE. Additionally, it was previously not known that set scale by size and set scale by groups are mutually exclusive, since the standard maps usually use both attributes. A map can be made compatible using SIP, or if you only need, you need to swap the attributes. So... let me think about this. So basically, they're mutually exclusive. Which one do we actually want? We want... Just want to make sure that I am doing this the right way around. Set scale by size. 50 available set scale by size is probably the one we want. Let me check. So set scale by size creates hills that become larger on large map. Set scale by groups. Yeah, set scale by size is the one that we want. Scales the number of tiles to map size. Yeah. So, scale by groups and scale by size. Let's actually just see what it does here. Scale by groups and scale by size. Oh, I don't remember which one. Don't remember which one does which. I think we want size. We want it to actually be doing size, but because groups is first, groups is what we'll be doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove set scale by groups wherever we see it and just have it Set scale by size. Just to make it behave more like it would have back then. The question also is, I guess, does the first or the final attribute apply normally? Do I need to test this? I feel like I might need to. Debug nothing. No. Oh, can I need a test map? Let me see. Do I have a test.rms? Otherwise hyper and I need to give me a moment. E resources, comma, and random app scripts. Test.rms. Good. Let's just generate this map to see what it looks like first. Okay, it's basically nothing. So can we just copy something from MegaRandom over? Let's copy this. Let's make it like 2 clumps. Do we not have grass as our base terrain? We do. Why am I not seeing this? Finally make it dirt. Okay, I'm seeing a dirt hill. That's good. Can I please see it on grass? Thank you. Is it just not visible? Or is it really small? Oh, is it because I have no map? I have no base terrain specified here. That might actually be it. Oh boy. That I don't think I have written down. That's... I need to note that that's a bug as well. Yeah. I'll make a note of that to do a bit of research later on. Interesting. Good to know. This is how we find bugs. Okay, so I see about 1 hill. Now, if I remove the set scale by groups on the same seed, nothing changes. And if I remove the set scale by size on the same seed, nothing changes. Come on, guys. Or is this because it's... Alright. Alright, 8-player map. We have a giant hill in the corner. Let's say 5 clumps. Maybe we need that to be a bit more visible. Okay, we get big hill, smaller hill. I see about 3 hills. Now, if I change it to set scale by groups, nothing changes. Scale by size? Something is weird. Something is very weird here. Why is this happening? Okay. I'm going to choose the examples from my guide. Create 4 hills which become larger on larger maps. On a small map, this will be 4 clumps with 840 tiles. Go. I'm going to use this example instead. Four hills. I see 4 hills. Okay. And now we're going to go use my next example, which is create 400 tiles worth of hills, with the number of hills scaling to map size. So this should be a lot more hills. Well, I'll be damned. Something is weird. I mean, I have 2 elevation generation sections. That's not what's weird. I mean, this is just 4 hills now. Set scale by groups. Should be scaling it by groups. Did they break that? Really? This should be more than 4 hills. Scale by size. Don't scale at all. Give me something that looks different. Huh. That's very weird. Right. Well, I'm not going to deal with this right now, but apparently elevation just isn't scaling by size or groups right now? Or I somehow broke things. I'm going to restart the game. Then we're going to run this same test. And if it still doesn't work, I'm just going to ignore this and continue with MegaRandom for now, and then discuss it in the RMS Discord, see if anyone else has noticed. I could try some other seeds, that's an option, but I mean, they're clearly, like, those are 3 hills? Those are 3? Those are 3? This is a large 8-player map, right? If I do a tiny 2-player map, there's still 3 hills. Okay, they're getting smaller now, because there's... Okay, it's 4. There are 4 of them. There are probably 4, okay. And if I do set scale by groups, tiny map, now we have 1, 2, 3. It could be some of them merge. That does look like 4, actually. It is 4. So sometimes they're merging. But then if I do, like, you know, a ludicrous map, it should be more than 4. Is the map actually ludicrous, though? Doesn't feel ludicrous. Ah, I'm being dumb. I'm probably overriding the map size somewhere, am I? Yeah, okay, it was my fault. It was my fault after all. Now we have a ludicrous size map. Okay, so I was overriding the map size. Okay, so now it is scaling by groups. Now let's check what it looks like if we scale by size. Of course, if I'm overriding the size, then it makes sense that there's no scaling happening because there's nothing to scale to. Okay. Set scale by size, and now if I do set scale by size, set scale by groups. And let's see if it's which one of them is scaling by. Now it's scaling by group, so it's doing the final one. If I swap them again, now it's doing a size. So it scales by the final attribute. That's the information that I wanted to do in this test. That's what I wanted to figure out. Cool. So I guess we can continue back to MegaRandom. Let me just undo. What have I been doing? I've been deleting the first one. So it's the final one that's applying. And in the past that would have been groups, but now that's size. So I have been deleting the wrong one. Is the bottom line here. Yeah, that's why I wanted to test this. Well, that's why I was doing a sanity check here. So the final attribute applies, which means it is now scaling by size, where in the past, when this behavior was inverted, it was scaling by groups. So to make it behave like it did in the past, we want it to scale by groups. Is what that means. Yeah, that's what I said, right? It was the final one applies. Luckily, there aren't too many elevation generation sections, otherwise this would be a bit of a drag. I could just search for both of these. But I mean, we're already most of the way through the code, so... I just want it to behave more or less like it would have back then. Okay, we've got a couple more. Okay, it is actually a fair number. How many of these? You said there were 25. Elevation generation sections. Oh my goodness. Get a drink. Okay, that was the top of the script. Okay. Cool. We'll go back to 2-player size. Okay, MegaRandom beta is... Let's get one of the ones with hills, just make sure it looks okay. Most of them don't even have hills, is the reality. Okay. I mean, some of them still have crazy hills, so be it. That's beyond what I want to address today. So, next up is WCL7, which this is the version of MegaRandom that has the most variety. And that it has 150 maps, where the beta version that we're just looking at only had 114. And we're going to have to do the same fixes there, because as you see here, no forests. Same bug as I explained before, where they're assuming the base terrain is grass, but DE doesn't handle things the same way, so the forest is being generated. To do that, okay, we finished MegaRandom Beta. MegaRandom 2019. No, that's not the one. This one here. And you guys can see that. I'm gonna clone it to the other side as well. Clone to other view. You guys can't see. And I am going to take a short drink. I'll be back in like 1 minute. And then we can look at this. Okay, it's showtime. So we have a bunch of stuff to fix at this. We're gonna start by searching for, I would say, create terrain forest. Then we're gonna copy ourselves a base terrain grass for usage later. What we're hunting for is any ones that don't have a base terrain specified. Like this one here. There's going to be a lot of these, so... There's another one. Also these here, there is no grass terrain constant. I noticed that already in the beta version of MegaRandom. There's no grass 1. Grass 1 is never defined, so it's just using the default, which is grass, which is why it works normally. But it's not going to work here, so let's... Okay, we'll get rid of the remaining ones of these. Okay. Now we go back to searching for create terrain forest. It's like half the maps will not generate forest if I don't do this. So it is a bit necessary. You could argue that this is a bug, and I would say it is. However, it's also a case where perhaps people before should have been specifying a default and they weren't, so... And this is also a known thing. Yeah, that's the one saving grace here, is that it can only be forest, pine forest, maybe bamboo, maybe jungle. You're not going to put snow forest on grass. You might, but probably not. But there just aren't so many forest types, so... Luckily, it's not too bad. Theoretically, it also applies to other terrains, but most of that is just cosmetic terrain mixing, so if it doesn't get fixed, it's not the end of the world. Interesting too, there are a couple maps that put forests on water. I think we saw some of those while we were going... I don't need this here. While we were going through. Uh-huh. Base 1 doesn't exist either, so we can replace. Okay, that's just... Then from last time, there should also be a base 2 as well that we have to go for, but I'll just keep moving for now. We'll deal with base 2 later. You can already think about whether you want me to go through all of the versions here as well to briefly show them or not. It's going to be the same ones we've seen before plus the extra. Maybe I just go through the extras. I think they're in... I'll double check if they're in order and if I can just go through pack E and F. That might be the case. I think that is actually the case, so we can do that. Forest. So, questions. So I've had to fix, it was mostly forest, a couple instances of pine forest, like 1 or 2 places where bamboo was used, and 1 or 2 places where jungle was used. It's basically those plus there's also the palm desert and the snow pine forest, but this will only happen for terrains that people would normally place on grass, and you wouldn't do that for the palm desert or the snow forest. That's why normal forest is the biggest offender. I'm not going to update anything else at the moment. Maybe in the future, but for now, my main goal is to make the maps. Did I just miss something? Let's go backward direction. Oh no, it's fine. My main goal is just to make them playable, sort of behave the same way they did back then, not necessarily make them, suitable for modern play in a competitive setting. It's too much work, honestly. Okay, that was all of them like that. Pine forest. Because I think a lot of these maps... Actually, I don't know if they all handle their own resource generation on the old versions of MegaRandom. Maybe not. Maybe it would be less work than I think it is. If it's a combined resource generation. That being said, it can always be updated later. Yeah, pine forest is fairly common. Pine forest, yeah. This would be one of these things that would be nice to have, like, versioned with behavior version or something, maybe. There we go. The question is whether the Forgotten Empires, the HD edition version, is still going to have this bug. Or not this bug, but this... the fact... They did update it for the Forgotten, so I don't know if they still have maps in it that don't specify the base terrain. We'll see. Yeah, maybe. I felt like I saw some objects generation as I went through. Hope I'm not missing any as I skip through here. I think I'm catching most of them. That's why I went through and generated all the maps the last time around. I suppose I could have just copied over packs A to D from what we just did, but I don't know if they probably have been changed somewhat as well, so let's not do that. Alright, base 2. How many instances of this do we have? This is the only instance, okay. Okay, stop looking for base 2, go back to Pine Forest. Another one. And Pine Forest is fairly common. I think it's like this specific block is used really often. It always looks like that too. I could just search for the whole block. That might speed it up. Although sometimes it looks different like here, so maybe that wouldn't. Well, it looks different here, but I don't need to fix this one, so maybe that would actually be a fast way to do this. Forest. There's another one. I can search for Pine Forest that doesn't have base terrain after it. And I can search for ones that do have it after it. It'd be hard to search for ones that don't have it after it. Okay, there's one. This is kind of the boring part of the process. Base terrain else, base terrain water, that's fine. Just check the previous one, that's fine too, okay. That's fine. That's fine, that's fine. Fine. It's not fine. Okay, we're at the top again. Okay, yeah, I fixed that one. Now let's look for bamboo. There we go, there's one. Yeah, if you're updating a single map, then this isn't too much work. You just go through and do it for that map. If you're updating a lot of maps, or in this case a large map pack, be a lot. Boo, there's another one. Boo, boo. Okay, that was fine. That wasn't too many. Now we have jungle. I think the other ones weren't an issue. Jungle. Jungle count. There was an issue, at least, with jungle. There's one. Yeah. Jungle, 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 jungle. I mean, I jumped to the beginning already, but I just want to make sure that we miss anything on the way. Looking good, though. Backwards? Yeah, okay. I think we're good to go on jungle. What about this farm, actually? Okay, that one actually gets defined. Good. Good, no more undefined constants. I feel like most of the maps will have existed at some point, but maybe you can't find them now anymore as individual maps. I did notice that though when I was downloading basically every map I could find on AoE Zone for this, is that a lot of them have... It's just a single map, theoretically, but it's a big map pack that has something set to 100%. Let's just double check for Palm Desert. Shouldn't be an issue though. Find Snow Forest. Snow Forest should be fine. Okay. Cool. Do we want to do the elevation stuff as well while we're here? We might as well, right? Let's just... We said the final one applies. In the past this would have been groups. Now it's doing size, so we still want to do groups. We'll do elevation too. That could be. I mean, looking through the list, of course we had all the official maps were there, all the ES maps, a bunch of MFO maps. Those are all theoretically available, or were available at a time somewhere. Other ones like, whatever, pizza or something, I don't know. Some of them were only, and perhaps were only made for this, but I feel like most of them were real maps at some point. Oh no, not on this list, on this list. Okay. Yeah, let's just do this. Let's go by... Quickly do all of these too. Well, we can already actually... we can already regenerate this seed. We should have forests now. Yeah, there we go. Continue. This is less important with the elevation because it's still playable. It just means that you get crazy hills on larger sizes. Because it's now scaling by size when in the past it wasn't. That was the issue with Nomad on DE release. There we go. Okay, we're racing through the elevation generation section here. Fine. Yeah. So here, this looks fine. Some of them don't even do scaling. Size. Let's go by size. I did the same thing here, just the elevation scaling fix on the MFO map pack when I uploaded that. Not map pack, they're randomizers. And I did this for the AOC map pack as well. They didn't need the terrain fix, but they did need this. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of elevation generation sections at the end of this. Oh, it's because I see what's happening. I wasn't even really looking at this, but each map is sort of has its elevation section here, more or less. Interesting. Okay. Okay. That is that. Let's just look at objects generation, actually. Let's just objects generation. Okay, is there really only one objects generation section? Huh. Yeah. Okay, that's fairly involved, actually. It's manageable, but that's not something I necessarily want to dive in this moment. Okay. So, we can just generate a couple for fun, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my MegaRandom beta, if I can still find it. Close this window. No. Okay, so MegaRandom beta had all the way megapacks all the way to E. Arabia. Yeah, okay. It's basically they just added the extra ones at the end. So if I scroll down here, MegaRandom beta went to Sand Maze in pack E. So we have to start after Sand Maze. Huh? I'm blind. Where's Sand Maze? I should look for it. Sand Maze. Go. Okay. So... what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the position of Sand Maze. Sand Maze is here, yeah. We have to start at Sand Maze, and all the ones after that are the new ones in the WCL 7 version. Same thing here, where we disable the entire random block. We can look at those maps now. Alright. Define mega pack. Which pack is this? Wait, there's something weird going on here. There's something really weird going on here. Alright, sanity check. Each of these things has a 4% chance of being chosen. 4 times 25 is 100. Okay. Okay, so basically, that's not the ideal way to handle this. But it's picking one in each pack, and also selecting which pack to choose. Did the beta version do this too? Oh, the beta version did this too. Okay, yeah, fine, so be it. But basically this means that 3 other maps are also active if you aren't specifically checking for their relevant pack. Not ideal. This is pack A, B, C, D. What the heck? E. E should be Sand Maze, right? E is Sand Maze, yep. Define sand. I'm just gonna copy it, start copying and pasting the stuff. Okay, so starting at this point in the video/VOD, we're gonna go through the extra maps that are in the WCL 7 version. Sand maze. Divide. Okay. Okay. Interesting. This map I remember. Rooster. Yeah, see these, like Rooster is an actual map as well, though. I had to fix that up for someone recently, I feel like. Or add it to a map pack. Full Trail map. Is that going to be his entire pack or just one map from him? One map. Waterhole, go. Enter and go. Yeah, I mean, I guess even then, because it was a much bigger pack, but especially the more distinctive ones, you probably would recognize them even now. Fake safety, go. Yeah. That's the thing where I think MegaRandom in DE has done the wrong thing. If you want to be super random by having a big map pack, which has its advantages, then you have to go for as big of a map pack as possible. You can't slim it down. You want to have as many possible maps that you've balanced. Yes, it's more work to maintain, but then the average player is less likely to reach that point where they say, oh, I recognize this map, this must be Big Mac. Go. If there is interest in some point where a tournament wants to use one of these versions of MegaRandom, I can fix them up a bit more. It's just, it will be a lot to go and make each map look pretty with the new terrains and so on, but you know, tweaking the objects, that's probably still doable. Mesa, go. Ooh. Cliffy Arena, go. Ooh. Yeah, this is a Cliffy Arena. Sure. King of something. King F. Kingfish? King Forest? Kingfish, probably. Okay. This map I had to also add to some map pack recently, I feel like. Along with Rooster. Double migration, go! Oh, actually double emigration. That is... I wonder if there's supposed to be palm desert out here? No. No. That wouldn't be our bug. It's probably just that the forest is supposed to be in the middle. Makes the most sense. Okay, twin puddles, go. Go. Now, maybe you know actually, are there any other versions of MegaRandom that I should have looked for? Concretely, I found there's the beta version, there's the WCL7 version, then there's the, Forgotten Empires / HD edition version, and then there's the definitive edition, 1 or 2 versions. Is there any others that I missed? Let me know. Although I checked AoE Zone, and I would have seen it if it were there. Okay. Cool. This is the Metropolis. Okay. So now that we've done these two, next up in our roster is... Oh, I don't have it open, do I? Not 2019, I want MegaRandom HD. Drag it over here. Let's generate it first, see if we notice any buggy generations, and then decide if and how much we want to go fix. Now this should have potentially some mangrove trains and stuff from... Although no, Forgotten Empires on release didn't have those things. And MegaRandom was not updated to include them as far as I know. So it's basically still AOC style terrains only, but a refined set of maps available. I'm not noticing any buggy ones on first glance. We'll fix the elevation. That's the least I can do here. It seems like the missing forests, though, are not an issue. Goodness for that. Yeah, there's that map. Let's Let's dive into it. So, let's look for... Well, I'll just start with the bases. Let's see if we have base 1 here anywhere. Nope. Okay, that's been fixed. Let's search for Create Terrain Forest. There is no Create Terrain Forest. Ah, okay, because it's now doing all of this stuff here. Ah. Am I gonna have an issue where they're missing a base terrain? It looks like this was a big rework. There probably won't be that. How would I best search for it though? Let's just create terrain woodies. Because here now the seasons code has been exported for the first time. I did download all the stuff from AoE Zone. So I think I would have seen it if there had been something that looked significantly different. Probably it was just using one of the existing versions of MegaRandom. There's actually, it's been updated only a couple times prior to DE. A lot less than I thought it would have been. Alright, create terrain woodies. And it begins. Okay, we do have a base terrain. Thank goodness. It's probably fine. It's probably fine every time. Yeah, I mean, there's... Right. I'm gonna trust, that this version of MegaRandom doesn't have that issue. We'll fix the elevation stuff instead. We can do that. Okay, elevation generation, yeah, fine. Mega order, oh my goodness. Okay, this one does not scale by size or groups. How many? Is this the only? Okay. We might be done. We might actually be done with what I wanted to do. Oh. Map pack list. That could be. I think it's fine. I can keep this as sort of represented as a couple representative versions. I don't necessarily... Yeah, I think that's fine. I think elevation generation is fine too. Here the maps were all named after people. Or the majority of them were. Which of course makes it really hard because do you know what Melissa is as a map? Then MegaRandom, this is still... Alright, let me check my list of changes. Yeah, so the Forgotten Empires had 58 maps. DE had 59 maps. Do we want to go through the ones that were in the... I guess we could... Since it's the same maps, we can go through the DE version and look at those. Maybe. If we want to. Let me just... MegaRandom HD. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy... Phone to other view. Sebastian, go. This one is MegaRandom HD. Okay, that's... So Bluebell is new. Bell is new. This one is new. So what we're going to do is run MegaRandom 2019. Which is updated terrains on the old maps. I want to look at this one new one that they added. Define Mega Pack C. Define go. Okay. So that one was added for DE. It wasn't in the Forgotten version. And then yeah, okay. Let's look at these. Do we want to look at them? Kind of the question, are you interested in seeing these? Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Because I feel like these are different from the ones that we have in modern MegaRandom. That one had one more big rework. Okay. So basically what happened is that MegaRandom had 114 in beta, 150 in WCL7, and then the one that came with the Forgotten and Forgotten Empires had 58 maps, and that's the same thing that they used for the HD edition all the way through. The HD edition, they had some really minor updates, but it's basically unchanged. And then DE had 59 maps, so they added that one map when it came out. DE came out in 2019. Plus, they updated them with new terrains and stuff. So that's kind of what I'd look at. And then in 2020, they updated MegaRandom one more time, and now it only has 45 maps. And I think they've been significantly reworked again at that point. Anyway, let's look at this. This is basically, it's the DE release MegaRandom, but also has the same maps, just with the that you would have seen in the HD edition, more or less. So let's do that. It's not quite. They won't look like this in the HD version, but it is the same maps. Mega Pack A, Golden Hill. If we make that one, we have this. Actually, we could do a bit of a test. If we do this code and copy it into MegaRandom HD, just for fun, it should generate the same map, but with less modern terrain. So no, I'm still generating the same map. Oops. Whatever. Okay, so this is all the HD, but if we go to here, we should also end up I messed up my comments. No, let's go away. Fine now. Yeah, okay, so that's what it looked like in the HD edition. Basically still classic AOC terrains, but the same map, yeah. I think we saw this map before, even earlier. So, TLDR, we're not going to look at the HD Forgotten MegaRandom. Instead, move on back to this one here. Alright, this is DE release MegaRandom. Well, not even release, it's basically until it got the final big update overhaul. I looked at those. I don't have, like, you know, the best version of this iteration of MegaRandom. says here it was last updated then. Not sure if that's actually correct or if it was updated later. I can check when the file was changed. Oh, I copied it, so that was... Oh, of course it was changed, I've been messing with it. Anyway, let's go on and look at these. Here they're still using the silly naming convention for a lot of them. Okay. I mean, some of these should be familiar from earlier in the video, earlier in the stream, earlier in the VOD. Except they will look... Well, they'll have the modern terrains and animals and stuff in them. But here, naming them, having names in here, I mean, maybe these were, you know, friends or devs or something like that, but it makes it tricky because you don't really associate these names with a specific map style. You don't think Desert Fox looked like Desert Fox? Was it a Snow Desert Fox? I don't remember what we saw then. Okay, we were on Victoria. I can do Desert Fox again. Let's take a look at Desert Fox again. Well, this... apparently has some potential variations in it. I'm not specifically looking for variants here. That's why I'm just sort of speeding through. We were after Victoria. Check Rafaela. Yeah, there. So I wasn't... Generally, I've not been generating several of them to check for variants, because in the earlier version of MegaRandom, most of those maps don't really have many variants. I suppose here maybe they do. Well, it is called Desert Fox, so you wouldn't expect too much water. Melanie, go. Leonardo, go. That could be. This is like a weird crater lake. Ish. Yeah, we've seen some of these from before. Give me a second. I need to restart my other screen so I can see what's going on. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. That one, yes. Rank. Go. Okay, Mega Pack B. It's interesting. Yeah, so what the DE version has, I guess, is more seasons here than previous iteration. Yes. Some of them have more variants than others, but this is true that some maps in here can have several different types of things that they can generate. That's also true with the current MegaRandom in DE. You have 45 maps, but some of them can generate some very distinct variations. In the interest of time, though, I'm not going to check for a bunch of different ones. Let's continue on. Howard, go. LP, go. Beefy, go. Frappuccino, go. I think the standard maps and the ES maps have been removed from this, as they're not in here as variants that we're getting. Haruka, go. Evelina, go. Huh. Did I mess something up? I have an H here, don't I? Okay. Better. Save changes? Nope. It's a pretty desolate map. Although I do remember something similar to that. Rocco, go. This is the one that was called Brasilia or something. I think I messed up again. Yumiko? Oh, it's Paxi. Stuff. It's Yumiko. Yeah, this is not. These are not the ones that are like the current iteration of MegaRandom is still very different from this. There was another major rework, definitely. This is Hamburger-ish. Okay. Yeah. So this has been the ones that were in the Forgotten, the HD edition, and DE until 2020. There's our Bell again. Okay. So, I'm going to fix this so it works again. And we can just generate MegaRandom a couple times, and we'll notice that it's this is the modern version of MegaRandom has been reworked one more time. But still, some of the maps are ones from before, but some of them, like this was not one that we had then, at least not in this form. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna upload all of these as a mod. The ones that we looked at today. Soon, maybe tonight, maybe next week. If you want, though, you can send me a message afterwards, and I can send you the file directly as well. I had a bunch of versions of DE backed up, so I looked through all the data files, and this found each point where there had been major changes to the maps, and this is basically the final point before the most recent iteration. Because the current MegaRandom it does this stuff here which says just has them named after Megapack. It doesn't have the other names anymore. Yeah, sure. I will. I'll send it to you, or I'll upload it, or both. I think for now I'm done. I've gotten all of these into a state where they work. Actually, do we need to do anything? No, we didn't. We checked the elevation stuff, and that was fine. So, do I need to check that? Probably fine here too, because it does all this yeah, elevation is fine. Okay, I think the maps are good like this. So I'm gonna call it a night. Maybe I'll work on this some more in my own time. And yeah, maybe some of the generations did inspire you. Give you some ideas about interesting map layouts. Yeah, sure, I can send it to you. It is interesting. Alright, let's scenario editor. Alright. Have a good day, evening, night, morning.